Today marks the release of Fire Emblem Engage. While Nintendo won't be adding any of these new characters to the Spirit Board, as service for Smash Ultimate is complete, the use of the Emblem Ring mechanic, which adds characters from previous games into this one, allows the face of Fire Emblem to take center stage again as a main character. Marth, the Star and Savior, Hero King of Arcanea. Spoilers ahead for 2 of the Arcanea-based Fire Emblem games. For those unaware, Marth is the protagonist of the first Fire Emblem game, its first remake/second sequel, and the remakes of both of those titles, and has been a regular on the Smash roster ever since Melee. When Marth was 14, his father was betrayed and killed by the armies of the neighboring kingdom of Gra. He joined an alliance led by the Earth Dragon King Medius, ruler of the Dolar Empire, a nation largely populated by dragons. The young prince went to hiding for 2 years before finally taking up arms, forming a liberation army from the many scattered rebels, reclaiming his home, and ending the War of Shadows begun by Medius. Near the end of that war, he also reclaimed the Exalted Falchion, the eponymous Divine Blade of Light, an heirloom passed through his family for generations after being gifted to his great-granduncle Henri by Naga, the king of the Divine Dragon tribe. The blade was one of Naga's own fangs, and as such contained the innate abilities of the Divine Dragons, including being highly lethal to other dragons. 2 years later, Marth was forced into war once more when he was betrayed by Hardin, a close friend from the previous war that had become King of Arcanea, who later made himself Emperor after being corrupted by an artifact known as the Dark Sphere and the spirit of the sorcerer Garneth, a fiend that Marth killed in the previous war, who sought to revive Medius. Marth was able to not only defeat Hardin and fend off the servants of Garneth who worked in the shadows to assassinate him, but also restored an artifact known as the Binding Shield, also called the Fire Emblem, a shield that could seal dragons in an endless slumber. With its power, he vanquished Garneth's spirit and killed the revived Medius for good. Marth went on to unite the many nations of the continent to create a single nation known as the Arcanean Alliance, and became its first king. His royal lineage went on to boast many more heroes, including fellow Smash fighters Chrom and Lucina, descendants of Marth from thousands of years after his time. And slaying dragons is exactly what Marth seems to do best. In Smash 2, as his classic mode, called a Kingdom of Dragons, sees the Lodestar facing off against a variety of draconic enemies. The name of this classic mode references the Dolar Empire, the nation ruled by Medius. First up is Charizard, a Pokemon that looks like a dragon, but in his base form still isn't technically a dragon. Though Charizard does get the dragon type in its Mega Charizard X form, so that counts for something. Charizard is likely to be a stand-in for one specific type of dragon in Fire Emblem, a Fire Dragon. Specifically, I think he's meant to be Manu, king of the island nation of Pyrathi, and the first dragon slain by Marth's army. The second stage is fought against a team of 5 multicolored Yoshis. Yoshis aren't normally considered dragons, but they're still related. After all, they can breathe fire, gain wings, and are shown on the dragon coins in Super Mario World. The 5 colors could possibly connect to the 5 types of Dragonstone seen in Marth's games: the Wyvern Stone, Fire Stone, Ice Stone, Divine Stone, and Mage Stone. The third map has Marth-based King K. Rool, who's also a large lizard. The Smash Wiki compares this to Medius' Earth Dragon form. I don't really see it. Stage 4 has him fight a bunch of Mii fighters, each in dragon-related costumes. The next battle is against a giant Ridley, who once again looks like a dragon even if he's technically an alien. If any fighter is reminiscent of Medius, this is the one, since his dark purple color scheme and wicked personality mirror Medius' Shadow Dragon form from New Mystery of the Emblem perfectly. The final non-boss battle is against a pair of Corins. While Corins are lords in their own game, they're also half-dragon and can assume draconic forms at will. This battle is probably a reference to that time when Corrin faced off with Marth during a paralogue in Fire Emblem Fates. Though the game made it clear that the Marth they faced was not the true Lodestar, and was instead a copy made in the form of a trophy. But that's a story to explain in another time. The final battle is against Rathalos, a giant dragon from the Monster Hunter series. I don't think I need to explain why he's here. Out of all the bosses in Smash Ultimate, this absolute beast fits the best. And that's it for this video. I hope everyone who chooses to play it enjoys Fire Emblem Engage, and I'll see you next time for another episode of Spirit Board.